Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about bulbs, and we have some really exciting demonstrations to do for you. And we're really excited to have Pallace here today with us. She's another horticulture agent.
Yeah, my name is Pallace Schnittker. I'm a horticulture agent from the Golden Prairie District, which is Gove, Trego, and Logan counties.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about forcing bulbs in winter, which is a really fun activity to do when it's cold outside and when it's snowing. But it's a fun way to have some green life indoors. So forcing bulbs is something fun to do in the winter, and basically forcing means that we are going to mimic the bulb's natural season indoors. So they would normally go through a cold dormancy period outside and then bloom in the spring, but we're gonna fake that and do it all indoors.
So when you're gonna go pick out your bulbs at the store, you want to be looking for large bulbs. The larger the bulb, the better the blooms you're going to get because there's more stored up inside of the bulb. And you're also looking for something that's really healthy. So anything that shows any parts of a nick or a cut or they are molding, you don't want to pick that bulb. You want to have really firm, healthy bulbs. So when you're picking out bulbs, there are two different types of bulbs you can pick from. There are some that are native to tropical climates, which normally would bloom in the summer. And those types of bulbs, like Paperwhites, which is this kind of a flower, those don't have to go through the cold dormancy. And then there's some other bulbs like hyacinth or tulips or daffodils. Those do have to go through a cold dormancy period. So you'll want to stick those in your refrigerator or something like that to mimic the cold period.
Okay, so we're starting off with hyacinth bulbs today, and these are spring flowering bulbs. So like Pallace said, they need to go through a cold dormancy to mimic the winter conditions. So our bulbs have been in our refrigerator for about 8 to 10 weeks. So we bought these bulbs in the fall, and then we went ahead and put them in the fridge. So around late September, we put them in the fridge, and now we're taking them out and we're going to force them to bloom. And there's a couple different ways you can do that. You can do it in soil, but we find it's really fun to just go ahead and do it right in a vase with some water. So these vases are called Hyacinth Vases, and a lot of them kind of have an hourglass shape, and the bulb just sits on top. And then you'll find that once you fill it with water, the roots are going to fill up this bottom part of the vase. If you don't have one of these vases, you can also put the bulbs on some pebbles and then put them on top and really pack it pretty full and then fill it up with water just right onto the pebbles. You do not want your bulbs sitting in water. If the bulb sits in water, it's really going to rot and not bloom.
So until this plant begins to root, you'll want to make sure to keep it in a low light, cool area. Once it begins to root and you see some growth up top, you can slowly start moving it into a brighter and brighter climate until it eventually ends up where you want it to be displayed. Another nice thing about growing a bulb like this is you don't have to apply any fertilizer. You just want to make sure that there is enough water staying in the vase that it's accessible by the roots. So with hyacinth, it will take about 8 to 10 weeks after they have access to water and there's some root growth going on to develop a bloom. And those blooms, these ones that we have will be purple, fun for K-State, but they also come in white, pink, yellow, lots of different colors, and they'll smell amazing. One thing that you do want to remember is if you're using bulbs like this, you won't be able to use them again in the landscape. They'll kind of use up all their energy right here and be done, but they'll give you some really nice blooms while you have them.
So now we're going to talk about the other types of bulbs, and these ones need no cold dormancy period. So if you're a beginner into horticulture and you're a little hesitant to try out this experiment, try these bulbs because they're super easy. So Paperwhite bulbs and Amaryllis bulbs are native to Mediterranean climates and tropical climates, so they bloom naturally in the summertime. So they're perfect right now in our homes during the winter and the holidays. And a lot of times they'll come really inexpensively from stores and kits. So all you need to do is pick up the kit. This one came with the pot, the soil, the bulb, instructions, everything you need right here. Really easy, and it's already starting to develop the bud and really starting to grow. So very minimal maintenance. It doesn't need any fertilizer. All the fertilizer and the nutrients are stored inside the bulb. and this will start to grow and bloom for the holidays. And Paperwhites are pretty much the same. They're very minimal care. Again, this was a kit we bought. It came with the vase, the hourglass shaped vase, so that the bulb is protected from the water. And you can see that the roots are already starting to grow down into the water. So really nice. We're getting some big growth on that, and it's already starting to bloom as well. You can see the bud coming up. So these are really easy. Again, they need no cold dormancy because they naturally bloom in the summer, but they're really fragrant and beautiful for the holidays.